Good morning, twinnies. We're going to do a twin flame reading today. This may or may not be a reading depending on what comes up, but if you are interested in grabbing a personal reading with me, head to the website that I put at the top of the screen. Or for those of you watching on Instagram or YouTube, link will be in my bio or in the description. All right, so let's see. Thank you, Divine Masculine. What messages do we have today for Divine Feminine? Okay, so we've got the Devil card. So there's a lot of fear stuff. It's like, this is like intense fear. Whenever I see the Devil, it always really talks about like deep, intense fear. It can talk about mental health stuff too. And this is currently what you are facing, Divine Feminine. 3 of Cups. Okay, so this intense fear is really sucking the joy out of your everyday experience. And this is something that you are learning to overcome right now. And your Divine Masculine actually wants you to know that that's just what's going on. You don't have to worry about, because I know sometimes with mental health, these things can really sort of cloud your vision, and you can really start to see things that aren't there, especially on this journey. Like, we can start to sort of think things, or the signs that we get that are actually meant to just trigger us into deeper healing. We actually think that that's what the universe is trying to tell us, or that's what, is actually going on. And that's just not true here. It's actually taking a lot of your joy, and you know this, you're aware of this. I'm right here with you. So let's see what the Divine Masculine has to say about that. We've got the Queen of Cups, the Fool, and the Sun. Okay, really, really good stuff. So this is about really getting in touch with your intuition over fear. And if you're someone who struggles with mental health stuff, like I do, things like OCD, obsessive compulsive thoughts of fear, ruminating on the fear, and just, other mental health stuff, trauma, it actually is really, really hard it's like intuition doesn't even come into it a lot of the time when we're in this space of this Devil energy of like deep, intense fear. Intuition really just isn't at the forefront at all. The fear is driving everything. With the Empress here, so it's like you are being asked to hold yourself first and foremost, even through this fear, not with contempt, but with grace. Okay, with compassion, because that is the only way that you are going to be able to see the little glimmers of truth, which is the opposite of what you're fearing. Which is the opposite of what you're fearing. And then what's coming after that is a brand new beginning. A brand new beginning for you, where you are free of all of that shit. You're free of all of that gunk, all that stuff. And the light actually shines through. There's healing, there's hope, there's this new sort of like surge of energy which allows you to move forward. So whatever you're going through right now, Divine Feminine, you're being asked to hold yourself with grace, with compassion, with love, even through what your fear is trying to tell you about yourself or about your counterpart or about the connection that you share with your counterpart. You're being asked to continue to hold yourself with love and grace, because right now that is probably the only thing that you are capable of doing, and it's the only thing that is going to get you back into that place of love and out of that place of fear. Now, obviously, that's not a cure for the mental health stuff you're going through, or the trauma that you need to be working through with a professional, but it's actually going to get you back into that window of tolerance that we talk about in healing and in therapy. And that window of tolerance is really where you need to be in order to make critical decisions, and in order to see things how they truly are, if that makes sense. Yeah, the Lovers, get back to that place of joy, of harmony. Love, harmony, union. Even if it's just energetic union for now. Don't worry about whether it's energetic or physical. Don't worry about that. Just worry about getting back to that place within yourself, and the way that you do that is through holding yourself with grace and compassion. The joy will return too, because the Lovers is falling underneath the 3 of Cups that I pulled. So the joy will be able to return that way too, if you hold yourself with grace and compassion. And I think that's maybe something that you had forgotten to do. And that's okay, because when we're dealing with intense, crippling fear and anxiety and, you know, whatever it is that you're experiencing, we really forget that in that moment we're like to hold ourselves with love and compassion, and that will sort of really soften the fear. It will soften it all. We've got the Three of Wands falling underneath the Queen of Cups. So your intuition is trying to find you, trying to look for you, and you're also looking for your intuition throughout this, and it's there, but you can't access it from this place. So that's why I keep sort of really talking about needing to hold yourself with that compassion and that grace, because that's the only way that you can get to that place of oh look, and the Queen of Cups here says, on this Queen of Cups, it says compassion, intuition, compassion, creativity. I didn't even notice that. I don't use this deck very often, but I was getting that from the Empress. And in order for you to be able to sort of find that balanced, intuitive, spiritual self again, or to access that part of your intuition, it's going to be really important for you to, as I said, hold yourself with compassion and grace. What comes after that, though, is a lot of adventure and action. And there's also talking about luck with the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is looking out into the future and beginning new things, waiting for things that you have set in motion to come towards you. So that's right around the corner, Divine Feminine. Yeah, Justice underneath the Fool. What I say, bringing things back into balance. Getting back onto equal playing fields. No longer feeling as though, you know, one person has the upper hand, one person has the better life, and the other person, normally, that's how we view ourselves, is like suffering or struggling. But things are really wanting to balance out, and they're wanting to be balanced out. So the first thing that you need to do, Divine Feminine, is to continue to every single day, even in the face of this intense fear and your mental health issues and whatever have you, right? Because for everyone, it's going to be different. Some of you are going to be dealing with more intense fear and, you know, the shadow side of yourself and your, you know, mental health stuff more than others. So for some of you, it's going to be easier to grasp this than others. People like me, I think for me, it's going to be a little bit harder. But I want you to try and set reminders, even like put something on your mirror. Remember to hold yourself with grace and compassion today. Put it in your phone. Set a reminder on your phone. Put it all throughout the house, like your office, at work. Just literally put it as your lock screen. Remember to hold yourself with grace and compassion today. Okay? The reason that I'm tackling it, I'm not really talking much about the Divine Masculine here yet, is because every day when I do these messages, I always ask my Divine Masculine's higher self to give us these messages. So these are messages essentially from the Divine Masculine, but it's also really from us as a Divine Feminine, because we're one, because we're connected. But obviously, look, the Divine Masculine talks about themselves in these messages, but today I think they're really needing us to focus on us here in order to get to that next step, which is, look at this, we're waiting. So yeah, so we're in this period of growth. We have goals, we've set goals, there's potential waiting for us in our life, not just, you know, with our Divine Masculine. I feel like for a lot of us that are resonating with this message, it's like our life is falling apart, and so is our relationship, or so is our connection with our Divine Masculine. Things just aren't moving forward anywhere, and it's because the two are linked. So our abundance of love that we have for ourselves is linked to our abundance to our Divine Masculine, and our abundance in our career and you know, whatever else that we're here to do. So there's things that want to move forward, but we have to tackle the really hard shit that's coming up first, which is our shadow, which is this intense fear, anxiety, mental health stuff. And look, for a lot of us, this is going to be an ongoing process. But for now, it's almost like whatever you currently have going on, whatever mental health struggles you currently have going on, it's being exasperated right now. Exasperated? I can't, you know the one I'm talking about. exacerbated, whatever the fucking word is right now, because it needs to be dealt with. And that's why you can't move forward anywhere else. And that's why you're seeing a dip in your finance. That's why you're not getting calls back for jobs. That's why you're not, receiving news about, upcoming plans or emails you've sent or whatever it is. It's because this needs to be dealt with first before these literally have room to energetically come in. Okay. So these are wanting to, the fruits of your labor are ready to be harvested once we sort of deal with what's coming up here first. Okay, so the best way that we can do that, the best way that we can deal with what's coming up, is to hold ourselves with grace and compassion. That's literally the only thing, and it's the easiest thing, but it's also the hardest thing at the same time, because through this we can forget to do that. We can forget that, oh, hang on, what if I just tell myself, okay, what I'm feeling, it's okay to feel this. This is just a symptom of things that have happened in the past. It's not actually telling me anything about really what's going on in my current situation, even though the fears are about what's going on in my current situation or what has gone on in my current situation. The fears are just a symptom of something from the past. So it's past stuff that's playing out. And if you can get to a place of reminding yourself of this compassion and this grace to hold yourself with, and in that moment, what does that look like? That just looks like reminding yourself, okay, have compassion for yourself. Okay, I understand that what I'm feeling right now is a symptom of the past. That's compassion. That's literally just that's it. That's compassion. Let's get some of these. All right, so we're going to get some of these. This is the Psychic Tarot of the Heart by John Holland. Look at this. Joy and stability. This is really talking about that this is 4 of Wands energy, but the 3 of Cups that came out before, it was like that fear is just sucking all of the joy of your life, any joyful moments away. So when you hold yourself with grace and compassion, and you remind yourself of that compassion daily, whenever you can remember it, more joy and stability can come into your life, and you actually detach from the fear. This is beautiful. And right now I feel detached from the fear. I woke up actually feeling really detached from the fear. What I have been doing is every time that I have been feeling, I've been having those like OCD thoughts or having those thoughts that create that anxiety for me, I've been writing down what those intrusive thoughts are, not to make them a reality, but to sort of give them space to just like get out of my head. Like, cool, you can live on that paper and that's all you're ever going to do. You're not going to continue to be in my mind and continue to ruminate. And this is a little bit of CBT therapy, but you're not going to continue to stay in my head and affect my mood, affect the way I interact with my everyday life, the people in my life, my divine masculine. You can live on that paper. So I write them down every day. Every time I have an intrusive thought, I write them down either in my phone or in my journal. And then once I've done that, I actually write down on the next piece of paper or underneath it or whatever, everything that I'm grateful for from my divine masculine. So a lot of the times my intrusive thoughts are about my relationship, my divine masculine. This is just trauma stuff coming up that really alters my thinking, and it's not really grounded in anything real. As I said, it's a symptom of the past and of the trauma that I've been through. And I write down all the things that he's actually done, even if they're small, even if they're as simple as him turning to me, smiling at me and asking me if I'm okay. I'm grateful, like genuinely grateful for that. But in those moments of those intrusive thoughts, I don't remember anything of what he's done. It's like he's just not even shown me in any way that he cares about me or loves me. So my brain just focuses on the intrusive thoughts and nothing but that. So I actually force myself to go back and think about all the things that he's done, either in the last week or in the last day or in the last hour, whatever is there, even if it's one thing, and I write it down, because that's getting me to shift my focus onto this present moment. And as a result of that, I don't feel anxious. I actually feel like I can see the reality of the situation, whereas before I could only see the fear. So that might help some of you. So as the video ended, we got reach out. So you're being asked to reach out to those around you who might be able to help you with this, therapists, counselors, anyone that you can, and even reach out to your Divine Masculine's higher self and ask them to show you what is the best course of action for you right now in this moment to deal with what's going on. This is actually a really good message for those who aren't on the twin flame journey too, because this is not just really talking about, twin flames. This is talking about like you as a person, if you're watching this, and the abundance in your life being blocked, or you not being able to see a way through your current mental health struggles. So if this is resonating and you don't sort of really understand what a twin flame is, or you're not really on the twin flame path, that's okay. You're more than welcome to stick around. With this success and growth, yeah. So you are growing, and the success is actually blooming. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep on the path. Don't give up. Joy and stability is here. Success and growth. Look at this, giving and receiving. So you've been giving so much. You are about to receive. And your past efforts too are really paying off. And everything that you do from here on out is really going to start to show you this proof of the success in your life. So you're really going to start to feel successful. You're going to start to see signs of success in your life. Remind yourself, you're rebuilding. Daydreams and decisions. So the things that you have been dreaming about, thinking about, wanting to happen, you've actually set these things in motion, and you haven't really received anything back from that. So this has also been causing you a lot of stress, but you are rebuilding from this place. The success and this growth is actually coming from the things that you have done and set in motion in the past. Okay, don't try to control the situation. Only try to control how you're feeling and, what triggers are coming up for you. That's all that you can do. And remember, grace and compassion, grace and compassion. You need to hold yourself with grace and compassion. Let's get like one card of the day for you. When you're watching this, what is it that you need to know? Just want to make sure. Does that fill out kind of early? I feel like it's like 2 messages. Okay, leadership. Yeah, so this is really, you're really needing to show yourself this leadership, but also you're going to have an opportunity to show other people and lead other people. Okay, this really felt like it was for me, like sharing my experience here. And this could be for you as well, where you're able to sort of show others and teach others how you got through this period of your life. And, maybe part of your abundance is coming in through this leadership. And attraction. Okay, so you are attracting in your desires. You're attracting in the things that you have been trying to bring in. And people right now are actually finding you quite attractive. So if you're single. All right, so let's get some messages from the Divine Masculine for those of you who are part of the twin flame journey. Thank you, Divine Masculine. What messages do you have for us today? What do we need to know? Messages from the Divine Masculine. God is helping me right now. So the universe is helping me right now. And don't be so hard on yourself, okay? Don't be so fucking hard on yourself. That's that grace and compassion. That's the reminder from the Divine Masculine to hold yourself with compassion and grace through this. Don't be so hard on yourself. You're doing the best you can right now. I choose you. You are the one for me. Also, I got with that, don't be so hard on yourself. You're doing the best you can right now. As soon as I said that, I felt this voice in my head, not like a literal voice in my head, but I felt this, like, it was almost this instant, like, oh, but you should be doing more. This is the best you can do, but you should be doing more. And that's part of my trauma. So I just want you to know, like, if that's coming up for you too, like, oh, well, yeah, I'm doing the best that I can, but I should be able to do more. I should be doing more. 1, that's inherently ableist. And 2, it's likely that that's like part of your trauma too. And you can't do more than your best. I want you to remember that. You cannot do more than your absolute best. And just because, and whatever your absolute best is, there is not any more that you need to do other than that. That felt huge. You can't do more, and you don't need to be doing more than what your absolute best is. So if you're doing your absolute best, that's enough. That is more than enough. I'm not ready. I'm still working on things. Yeah. Our separation is ending. And the more that you work on not being so hard on yourself, that helps end that separation. So the more grace and compassion you hold yourself with, it ends that separation between the two of you. It draws you closer. It attracts you both closer. It attracts your desires and your goals and your dreams and those results to you, but it also attracts your divine masculine to you in whatever way that they have been separate from you. Don't let them fool you. I am on my way back to you. Yeah, and this is under I choose you. You are the one for me. So for those of you who are struggling, there seems to be like 3 piles here. For those of you who are struggling with like people telling you like, oh, they're not going to choose you, or they're still with somebody else, or whatever. Your divine masculine is saying, don't let them fool you. Don't let them fool you. I'm on my way back to you. I choose you. You are the one for me. For those of you being hard on yourself and dealing with these mental health issues, don't be so hard on yourself. The less hard on yourself you are, the more our separation is ending. And for those of you who your divine masculine still hasn't sort of seemed ready, the universe, you, their higher self, is helping them right now.